Let's try the Cerulean crumbl cookie and talk about the Devil Wears Prada too. This is just their typical pink sugar cookie, but this week it's blue. It's just as almondy as I remembered, and this time it's straight out of the fridge. I feel like the colder it is, the more it reminds me of those delicious Loft House grocery store cookies. I'm loving this. And this is so beautiful and summery and like aquamarine. It's beautiful. I don't know. I'm loving this extra today. Like 9.5 out of 10. And as for the movie, I saw it yesterday afternoon. I thought I was buying my ticket to today, Friday, but it worked out even better. We got to see it a little bit early. I would say most notably, Miranda was at about 65% power. I'd attribute like 15% of that to the lesser power dynamic gap between her and Andy. Genuinely, at a couple moments, I thought they were setting up some sort of like grave diagnosis for Miranda or retirement. But I do feel like part of that too could have just been her guidance from Amari and HR, making her a little bit less severe. But it was still a little bit weirdly off-putting. I also love how they kept that signature zoom and pan effect that they had in the first movie, but it did, spoiler alert, spoilers, it did make Irv's death feel like the beginning of a murder mystery. I was kind of like, wait, did his son kill him? But then I was like, no, it's just, no. Nigel is and continues to be the coolest. There's a moment there at the end that was genuinely a little bit emotional. Also, I think it's time that Andy stops jaywalking. She's pretty terrible at it, and it's just like, I don't think she should do it anymore. And as for Emily, I think she's actually a very interesting character because from the moment we're introduced to her, she's always had the clearest vision of her goals and her path, and she always thinks that she's on the exact right path. But ironically, she's the most lost character of all of them. She's just stumbling around, intensely focused. Oh, and they had fun with the cameos. My favorite, I think, was Lady Gaga. She was so great, and I loved her honesty towards Miranda. She's like, yeah, I don't like you. But yeah, I just had fun with the movie in general. I rewatched the last one last week, and it's just great. And then I was in New York last week too, and they hit up a lot of the touristy spots. You know, walking through certain park, and of course the runway office is kind of like across the way from Rockefeller Center. So yeah, have you seen it? What were your thoughts? Or have you tried the Cerulean crumbl cookie? And let's talk about it in the comments. And that's all for today's episode of Trying Trending Things, where I sort through the duds so you don't have to waste your money. Bye, and let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to try.